headphones just to do a quick sound check.
You know if you can hear me as well because I'm just on my phone.
Gotcha.
Not YouTube yet.
Now I started it on YouTube. It does take a second, like a delay, and that's when I grab my other headphones to plug into my cell phone and just watch the stream to make sure sound is actually coming through. Let me see, make sure I ain't got myself muted. Nope, nobody's muted. Alright. And I see the thumbnail pop up. And I just gotta wait for the delay to catch up to myself from the talking I just said. Okay, yep, I heard this. I heard this. As soon as I got on, it was saying we're not on YouTube yet. That's what I heard. Alright, so let me set this down. Alright, so you feel like you're ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let's get my show notes together. Going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ahoy Maloy! Welcome to Talking in Teacups, the serious topic show with not so serious people. We are your host. I'm D-Cypher, the voice of the Blerds and the man with the words. And of course we have our first ever D-Cypher gaming champion, Mr. Steal Your Waifu, and the Geek GOAT himself, it's L-Bo.
What?
That was a week. That's how you know he doesn't want to wake up his family, folks. We are live. We're recording at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. He's scared.
My family's asleep.
Yeah, same here. Same here. I'll help him out. What's that? I gotta drink some water first. That was a dry one too. Folks, if you didn't know, you can follow us on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Threads, TikTok, and more, all at CypherSpit Gaming. But if you want to support the channel, you can go to patreon.com/CypherSpit Gaming, where we have some lovely tiers, and we'd appreciate the support. But if you can't do any of that, that's a-okay, because you can watch for free here on YouTube and Twitch. We do it out live Saturday mornings. But coming up next, sometimes it's stale, sometimes it's fresh out the oven. You can't go wrong with a baker's dozen. Now, what am I trying to say? L-Bo, you like anime, correct?
True, that is true. I'm a bit of a nerd.
Now, if you lived in Texas, you could, let me just make sure I'm reading this. Yeah, you could potentially lose your right to watch anime because they said, quote, the content is too provocative. So Texas says yes to anime censorship with a new anti-anime law. Texas is cracking down on anime, folks. What are your thoughts?
And I just say, hentai, while it is porn, it's not that, I mean, it is provocative, yes, but I mean, have you seen the rest of the porn? You just apply hentai. I mean, we're gonna have to go out and find real people doing the same stuff. That's fine, I'll do that.
Real tentacle monsters and shit and stuff. Yeah, they also
they do stuff like that.
Yeah, they have restrictions on Pornhub as well in Texas, where I think you have to show either the whole thing is banned. I'm trying to remember just off memory. Either the whole just porn is banned, or you have to use your state ID to get to the site, to show that you're of age, to show that you're 18 or older. That could be the other surrounding states where they're like trying to ban it low key. So they're like, oh, you got to show that you're 18 or older. So Texas
This is what
is.
I'm talking about, bro. Freaking government, man. Government always trying to do something, yo. Get the hell. If I want to look at this crap, who the hell is their problem?
They don't want you to
When I
waste
was
the
15,
seed. That's the whole plan. So
when I
that's
was
why they
16, when I was 16, it was great. You know, you get some good storylines, but you get some nice entrepreneurial women a shot. Come on, bro.
a nice entrepreneurial woman a shot. You're such a philanthropist. You know you're supporting small businesses. But to actually
Very
answer,
small, petite, even. I would type it into the search.
wait, what'd you say?
You said small businesses. I said very small, petite, even. That's what I would type into the
Oh,
search.
I think I forgot the joke I was about to say. Oh yeah, no, they don't want you to waste the seed. If you ever seen or at least seen the trailer for, it's a TV show called The Handmaid's Tale. They're basically trying to do it like that, or like M Night Shyamalan's The Village, and they're starting in one state at a time. So they said, look, God said don't waste the seed. So now we putting it in law, because you know usually you gotta separate church and state. They're like, nah, you can't waste the seed. So no porn, no contraceptives of any kind. You gotta just go and get it done. Get it done.
They never met. If they met me, they'd be like, "Go ahead and waste away."
Well, you know what's not being wasted? PlayStation, because they said they've only made 3% of their money, and they've made a lot of it from physical game sales last year. So this was flagged as being misleading, but I did take that headline before I saw that flag. So yeah, they've only made a little bit of money from physical game sales. Mostly everything is digital. He's muted. So basically, even though we like physical media, digital media is easier to obtain. So that's why people are going for the digital stuff. You get the early access, the pre-orders, because you can't really do the like how NBA 2K has that 1 week early thing. I don't think you can do that physically. I believe that's only the digital copy allows you to do that. So that's why they're maxing out digital sales versus physical sales.
So I can see how that could be true. I don't remember the last time I bought a physical game.
Mm.
Uh, Not a new game. Like I bought some used like PS2 and Xbox 360 games off like Facebook Marketplace, but I do not remember the last time I bought a new physical game. Do you?
No, and especially because I play on PC, I don't really get that luxury either. Wow. New physical game would be. I bought some used games last holiday, I think. Oh no! I just bought a Switch 2. That's a lie. That's a lie. Switch 2 count. So that comes with that Mario Kart World. But it comes with a digital copy though. We said physical, so that doesn't even count. Never mind. It doesn't count.
You bought the console, yes, but you didn't buy a game for it. Like it was already. Well, you didn't buy a disc for it. It was
Yeah.
already. Well, they do cartridges.
No. This was a digital.
But
What
yeah,
sucked is
so
that Mario Kart World is a digital game. I hate digital copies. I will get up. A lot of people with the physical digital thing, they're too lazy to like get up and swap out the game or the cartridge. So that's another reason why the digital was also winning. The laziness factor. You get the game early and you get to be lazy and not get up. You could just hot swap or whatever. And you know, PlayStation has that
we're all
fast.
kind of fat.
Yeah, it's going to turn into a situation like a generation of you ever seen that movie Wall-E? Is it Wall-E? I never seen the movie. I just seen like the YouTube stuff about it. We're all just fat sitting on our pods while the robots take care of us. Yeah, Wall-E.
And you it's only Wally, and you should definitely watch it. Who hasn't seen Wally, weirdo?
I just I don't know. I didn't ever see it. That came out after Cars. Cars was probably like the last of my Pixar movies until I got older and came back to it. But yeah, Wall-E. I was like, nah, that looks boring because he didn't talk, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Wall-E doesn't talk, correct? Well, you gotta say it again. Your audio cut out. But yeah, I don't think Wall-E talked, and I wasn't a fan of silent protagonists. That's why I never really got into The Legend of Zelda. Even though certain games you can have
Samurai Jack.
Samurai Jack was good action scenes though, but that was a little dry. But certain like games I can do silent protagonists because certain RPGs back in the day and JRPGs for sure. Well, they're not silent; they have voice box dialogue. But certain RPGs, your character just doesn't talk. Grand Theft Auto 3, notably, your character doesn't speak. Mr. Grand Theft himself. I think they
Okay.
call him
I'm
Claude.
Yep. I'm right now playing the Fractured But Whole, and my guy doesn't talk.
I played that and I didn't even remember that. I do remember liking that game. Wait, Fractured Butthole, that's the first one? Yeah, no, the first one is Stick of Truth. The
No,
second
that's
one
not
I didn't
Stick of Truth.
finish. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. That's Stick of Truth. This is Fractured But Whole, and then it's Snow Day after this.
Well, speaking of, I don't have a segue. Borderlands 4 boss tells players, and I quote, please get a refund from Steam if you aren't happy. Because Randy Pitchford is the boss of Borderlands, and he's having a public crash out over the game's FPS performance. So he's just telling people, yo, shut up. If you don't like the game and you don't want to use the tools that are available to you to improve your frame rate, and you're not happy with the frame rate, you should just play a different game. Like he's crashing out crazy when people give him the
Over
slightest
the frame
critique.
rate?
Yeah, over the slightest critique. So
Over the
basically,
frame rate seems a little over.
yeah, basically on another news story I might go
Sorry, go
into
ahead.
is next, he was telling people just turn the game on and off because it's like a memory leak issue. The longer you play the game and the more items drop and the more of the world that gets I guess revealed as you're playing, it'll cause the frame rate to drop. So if you have an 8-hour game session, you'll go from your 60 frames, or I guess if you're on Steam, you'll go from your 120 frames all the way down to like 30 frames and even 20 frames, like you're swimming underwater real slow. And he just says turn the game off, turn it back on, and people are like, oh, your game shouldn't do that. So he's like, shut up, how about you play a different game? Like, yo, dude, calm down. He's basically not handling the criticism very
So
well.
what I would say is we could probably use the opportunity to get off the game for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, even Nintendo, I remember playing, I want to say it was Wii Sports, and they would say something like in between a couple rounds of you playing the little bowling or something, yo, take a break, just relax for a second, just turn the game off, take a 10-minute break, 30-minute break. I think it would have suggested. Yeah, that's the Nintendo for you.
Yeah, just to get up, stretch your legs. You know.
Yeah, eight hour game session is crazy. I don't think it happens within the first 2 hours, but 8 hour game session, that's a little much. But in a follow up, like more news stories, this website, I don't remember what site I'm just now on. They were doing a lot of coverage on Borderlands 2 issue. Basically, the publisher of another game, Baldur's Gate 3, the director says, I feel bad for the Borderlands developers because they're trying really hard to make the players happy, but the boss, Randy Pitchford, is like crashing out over all this performance criticism. So while the devs are sitting there trying to work hard to make a game and just fix all the problems, the boss is like, shut up, everybody's wrong except for me. My Borderlands movie last year was good. I like Kevin Hart, and I think it should have been funny, mixed with action, with no blood, PG-13, that's the way to go. My game is good, the graphics are good, my performance is good. Turn your game off and turn it back on. If you don't like my game, why don't you go play Hogwarts Legacy or something else because you broke. Oh man, do you remember last year? It was this year. It was this year. We did a story where we was talking about Randy Pitchford because he didn't even control the pricing, but he was ready to say, if you're a fan of my game, you'll pay
This guy
whatever it
again, the
costs.
same guy.
The same guy, yeah.
That was, oh my gosh.
Because he was like, because it was uncertainty in the marketplace because of the tariffs and stuff, and they was like, yo, this game could cost $80, and he was like, whatever it costs, you're gonna pay it. If you're a real fan, you'll save up the money and you'll buy it. And I'm like, dang, he don't stop. At least he's consistent with his I don't know, his rhetoric. At least he's consistent.
Nah, screw this guy.
Now you're not a fan. He's like, nah, you took it a bit too far once you started saying just buy my game no matter how much it costs.
Yeah, I was about to say, turn your game off and turn it back on. That seems like a reasonable request. He's not making it for the right reasons, mind you, but it does seem like a reasonable request. But to pay whatever we charge you for my game, nah, screw this guy.
Yeah, that's way too much. But I should have tied those news stories together. This news story with the first news story together. But I was half sleeping when I was making the segues or making the notes for everything. But anyway, Steam. Remember how I said Texas is getting rid of the anime just because of one subgenre of anime, by the way. So it's not all anime that's a quote provocative, but the one anime that those Texas people saw was a little provocative and they said all of it's got to go. Well, Valve is in the same boat because now they're no longer permitting games with, and I quote, mature themes to release in early access. Now that could be both a good thing and a bad thing. The bad thing being that if you have an adult game and you just don't have enough money to finish the game, you can't come out in early access. The good thing being is that a lot of games in early access never finish anyway, so at least we're, putting an end to that. But that's just because people were either too lazy or abusing the early access system. But I still think it's just too much.
But you can still play an adult game.
Yep.
But you just can't have early access?
Correct. So
Why?
if you're a developer...
What does that solve?
So what it happened is, this one's more complicated. So in Australia, and it's not even America, this is about to get crazy, there's a group of right-wing Christian people who are doing the thing that I was just telling you about, not waste the seed, yada yada yada, porn is bad and all that stuff. They got some money, apparently. They got a lot of money. They started throwing money at Visa and MasterCard. So not Steam. They started throwing money at Visa and MasterCard. They said, hey, look, we're gonna give you money, but you gotta tell Steam or Valve to block these adult games. So at first these games were getting delisted. It was a big controversy, and I don't know if they stayed delisted or if they got back reinstated, but they kind of made a middle ground and they say, well, how about this? How about we just not do the mature games to release in early access? So it could be seen, I've seen some comments saying that, oh no, the person that runs Valve, Gabe Newell, if you didn't know, they say, oh, he's bending the knee to Visa and MasterCard, because if you don't accept Visa and MasterCard, how are you going to get paid? Because there's American Express, maybe PayPal. Visa and MasterCard are the top two dogs, and Steam is a digital store, not a physical store, so you can't just say, give me your cash. So that's the reason why it's hitting, Valve in a tough spot.
You're telling me how, but I'm asking why.
I told you this right-wing Christian group in Australia, they started going to Visa and MasterCard because they didn't want people to watch porn, and they don't want people to play pornographic games. Oh, sorry, mature themes.
Yeah, but it's their business. This is why people always in somebody else's business.
Yeah, what they used as an example, I forgot the name of the game because this was now weeks ago and I've seen so many news stories. They picked the worst game they could find. It was a game where I think you either have consensual relations or non-consensual relations with, it's probably your sister, could be stepsister, could be mother, and I'm sorry I forget the name of the game, folks. If you know, put it in the comments. But they chose that game as the one to put in the forefront, yeah, you see this is what's all over Steam, nothing but this kind of stuff. And they, like I said, they chose the worst game where there's, relations between a family member, step or otherwise. And it's like back in the 90s what they did with Grand Theft Auto, where they chose the worst scene of Grand Theft Auto to say, yeah, this is the whole game. It's nothing but just this right here. So it's the same thing. History's repeating itself. And this time they're getting away with it because they got more money and less, I guess, crazy people at the forefront. Let me see what somebody said in the comments. Yep, somebody says, and we officially taken a step down a slippery slope where the lawsuits, isn't that what America is built on? Early access means nothing, it's just a label. What will happen now is games will be fully released as a live service game. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the other way around it. So instead of doing early access, you could do a live service game.
But also, this is what South Park says. Once you start to get something banned and once it's banned a little bit, that's how you that's how you stop a show. You ban one episode because this one episode offended me. But then now another group comes and bans another episode, another episode, another episode. And eventually you can't make anything good. Yep. So it's not worth anything anyway.
Yep.
So I agree with the slippery slope comment.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy. What else is crazy is that just life in general. Sorry, I'm too early for my thing to load up. Life is crazy. Life is crazy, and just these groups are lobbying against stuff that don't got nothing to do with them. But you know what else is crazy besides that? HBO Max. Because it's going to get a lot more expensive. The CEO promises. I don't know why the headline says promises. He must have been on an earnings call and they were like, yo, revenue's going down. He's like, look, I promise you it's going to get a lot more expensive. Now, this news story is definitely kind of stale. It's from September 10th, and we already saw, I don't know if you paid attention to the controversy or the news, because I think you have Disney Plus. We get emails. We got some emails the other day, probably 2-3 days ago now, showing all the prices going up. So I had HBO Max with the Disney Plus with the Hulu bundle, and it was set for $16.99. I'm a broke boy. I had the ads, and then I got an email saying, "Look, we gotta go up to $19.99 on you. We gotta go up. We gotta raise prices." I'm like, "What? We gotta raise you. We gotta raise you. We gotta raise your rent." I'm like, "For the same thing? Like, am I getting more?" They're like, "No, you're getting the same thing." I mean, technically, you get more when new movies come out. They do show up on the service, so that's fair. But at the same time, $20 for ads.
That is not fair.
It's crazy because I got the
You do not
ads.
get more. You're getting the same damn service.
It's the same service, but it's like, okay, technically there's more products added to it, but I think they take stuff off too. Like, I think they've shuffled things around. Like, HBO Max will put it like on Paramount for some reason. But anyway, yeah, no, I don't like that. He just, these CEOs, they going up in price, and they just happy about it, and they're out in the open saying it. So you don't watch wrestling, but you've peeked in on the wrestling podcast. Basically, the quick story to that is the person who's running the WWE, he said, look, we have enough room to raise ticket prices because the former boss, Vince McMahon, you know who that is, he wasn't really raising prices like that.
Yeah.
He was trying to make it affordable for families. What a dumbass. Let's raise these prices up. We got so much potential to make more money. And I'm like, dog, he said that out loud. Like, you're supposed to say that to yourself. But I think what happens is they're on
if only,
calls and stuff.
If only Vince McMahon loved his family and his staff like he loved his fans, maybe he would be a good person.
Yep, exactly. But no, like, damn. So yeah, HBO Max is going up. I don't even have more funny commentary to add because that just really sucks to me. I can't do it. Too broke. Do you still have HBO Max? Or not HBO Max? I don't think you ever had. Do you still have,
I do.
I forgot what it's called, Disney Plus and stuff. Oh, you do. Yeah. So did you probably
I
didn't
do.
notice,
Yeah, I got all like crap.
Did you notice the email that they sent out?
I don't think I have that bundle like that. I think I have the Disney, Hulu, ESPN bundle.
Oh, okay. Didn't they raise that, or ESPN Plus is something different? Because WWE had ESPN Plus for $29.99. Did they raise that, or that's something?
I'm about to get rid of ESPN Plus.
Okay.
The only reason we even watch ESPN Plus was for UFC, but now UFC is on Paramount. So.
Oh, see, that's what I said. They shuffle stuff around.
No
UFC
reason.
on Paramount sounds weird. That to me sounds like an ESPN thing, but
Well, their contract ran out with Disney, and then Paramount jumped on them like, "Yo, bring it to us," and they paid them a bunch of money.
Yep, I believe it. It's just always
So Paramount is worth $1.5 billion. They paid South Park $2 billion, and they paid the UFC $7 million. I'm like, how the hell do they have $9 billion to pay these companies?
That is crazy. And I saw
they're only worth 1.5.
Yeah, I saw Paramount and Netflix, and there's probably more, are looking to buy Warner Brothers. So Netflix, they wanted something about, well, at least people in the comments on Reddit were saying, oh, if they buy Warner Brothers, we can get the Snyder Cut back or something. Like, we can get Zack Snyder back. And then Paramount, I guess, like you said, they got some money, and they like, man, we want to buy Warner Brothers as well. So we'll see what happens with that. But speaking of like shuffling things and moving things around, a game developer or game artist, this is a developer, she was fired. They were fired. I don't know their gender. Sony fires them. Actually, this story is a little old because it said it was the person that runs the studio. So the person that runs the studio for Ghost of Yote, they fired an artist after making posts joking about Charlie Kirk's killing. So they said, yeah, no, we don't allow that. Get that out of here. So they fired that person. Goddamn, what a shame, because
See what I mean, dog?
Could have swore.
See what I mean, dog? We're firing people for their thoughts now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was about to say, I could have swore we had free speech, but I guess it only applies to a certain group of people. That's how that goes. but could have swore we were all about
Both
non-cancel
both
culture.
sides. I'm gonna say this is literally the best example of both sides suffering because they won't allow the other side to speak.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We're
Yes,
trying to sense.
everybody on the left started getting fired. The guy on the right got shot in the neck. Just let people talk. If you disagree with them, you disagree with them.
Yeah, but later on,
You got to shoot somebody in the neck. You got to fire them.
yeah, and later on we'll discuss this. Like I said, there's a difference between some hate speech and some opinions, because this one Fox News anchor, he didn't make my story because it's not gaming related, but he said on Fox News that homeless people should be euthanized. You should kill them, because they were discussing what to do with the homeless people. So it's the one guy and the girl. I think the girl just nodded along with what both people said. The one guy was just saying, "Oh, we should just lock him up, like, you know, just get him off the streets." And then the white guy, because that was a black guy saying it, the white guy was like, "Yeah, no, we should just involuntary euthanize them, kill them all." And then like a couple days later, a homeless camp in I think it was Minnesota got shot up. So, eesh, that's why I say people, you gotta watch with your words, man. It's not all just happy go lucky. And also,
What the hell?
that was a Republican. Nothing happened. Nobody asked him to get canceled because he's on the right side, not the right side of morally, but I'm saying on the right wing political side. So that's what I'm saying about certain people are getting special treatment. It's not all the same.
No, this guy said something that's completely idiotic. What the hell was his problem?
He still got his job. That's what I was trying to say. Because the person on the left don't have their job. I should have scrolled down to get you the exact quote, but they probably said something laughing at, like you said, the
Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel. As Jimmy Kimmel's a perfect example.
Kimmel.
Again, he didn't make the news story because he wasn't gaming related. But yeah, he said something along the lines of nothing bad about Kirk, by the way. So a lot of right wing people tried to frame it as he said something bad about Kirk. No, he said something bad about the Trump and his administration. He said MAGA's trying to use the death of Charlie Kirk. Yeah, he said MAGA's trying to use the death of the Charlie Kirk for political points. And then he cut the scenes of he said this is how Trump feels about Kirk, because the news reporter was like, "Hey, your best friend just died. How are you feeling?" And Trump said, "Oh, I'm doing fine. And did you know we're about to get a ballroom? It's going to be gold and everything." I don't have a good Trump impression. It's going to be gold. It's going to be everything.
I did. My coworker Julie showed me that.
Yeah, and again, that's pointed at Trump, but yet what they tried to do and get him fired and get his show canceled. Well, they did get his show canceled for a time. And they were trying to say, "Oh, he's talking bad about Kirk." And then people started looking it up like, "Damn, I want to hear what he said. It must have been funny." And it's like, man, this was about you, Trump. And that's when the bull that put the threat out, the FCC chairman, he was like, "Well, I mean, I didn't say they had to fire him. I just was saying you got to make a decision, TikTok." And then when they brought him back, when ABC...
Decision on what?
Oh, so basically the bull, first Trump tweeted out something, and then the FCC guy, that's the person that runs all the TV, he said, "Look, if certain companies want to keep their license, they better fall in line. That's all I'm going to say." So then that's when ABC, they got rid of Jimmy Kimmel, but then ABC is owned by Disney. People started canceling Disney Plus around the same time the price hikes were going up. So it's like, dog, we losing money. Like, what are we going to do? Let's just bring him back. We already losing the people on the left. I don't even know why we started bending the knee to the people on the right, but that's because, again, they try and get a merger. So I told you these big companies are trying to buy other companies. I don't know who Disney's trying to buy currently or who ABC's trying to buy, but I know about Paramount and Netflix. But in order to get a merger, the FCC gotta let you they gotta give you your blessings. So they try not to piss nobody off, but they ended up, I'm talking about Disney, they try not to piss anybody off, but they ended up pissing everybody off. So people started canceling Disney Plus. Then when they brought Jimmy Kimmel back recently, there's two different broadcast networks. There's is it Nexstar, and there's another one called Sinclair. Half them, like the Sinclair people, said, "Well, we're not going to air the show. So if you live in Florida and certain other states, you don't even get to watch it anyway." But anyway, they brought Jimmy Kimmel back, and then Jimmy Kimmel was saying something about like what you was just saying. That's
why we talking about, man. Government, bro.
Yeah, we gotta protect free speech, because you can't just censor comedians that you don't like. For especially when he didn't say nothing bad about like what they just lied about, try to say. But
how about if they don't censor anybody, then they don't got to worry about getting fired over something ticky-tack that they said. Yeah. Nobody gets censored. That should be the rule.
Sure. It's called I forgot how to say it. Rules for me, not for thee.
Thee and not for me.
Yeah, rules for thee, not for me. Thank you.
Rules for thee, not for me.
Yeah, rules for
It's like thee. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others.
Mm-hmm. It's like how people will probably, well, that's a good example. I'm trying to find an animal. Like, we like cats and dogs, but we don't care about what possums and stuff. Like,
No,
man,
no,
shoot
no.
that
This is
possum.
that's from that's from Animal Farm. That's
Oh,
from Animal Farm.
oh,
When
okay,
the pigs were controlling the farm, so they were like, oh yes, all animals are equal, but the pigs get special treatment, like basically because
gotcha.
they were running the farm.
Oh, it's been a while since
Some
I read that
animals are
story.
more equal than others.
Yeah.
Yo, read Animal Farm. It will make you so mad. It's so annoying. George Orwell, George Orwell, he so I don't know if I would call him my favorite author, but what I would say is his writings get the most visceral reactions from me. It makes me so mad when I read his stuff.
Didn't he also make 19 excuse me 1984?
Yes, 1984, and Stephen King, I would say, is probably my favorite author. And he wrote a ton of scary stuff, but nothing scares me more than 1984. It's so scary.
Yeah, 1984 was a really good read, and they've made a couple like audio dramas of that. There's one that has Andrew Garfield in it. It's like an audio drama of 1984. I've read that or listened to that recently, and I was like, oh, this is great. This is really good. Back to the news. Indiana Jones. Wait, is it Indiana Jones? Sorry, Bethesda. They deleted a clip because they put a clip on their social media of, I never played the new Indiana Jones that just came out, but I guess Indiana Jones was petting the cat and he was like, yeah, we don't like fascists, do we? So the clip came out, I guess, suspiciously around the time that Charlie Kirk died. So they was like, oh nope, see, he's calling us a fascist. Censored him. I mean, what's it called? Cancel him.
What? That game came out way before Charlie Kirk got shot.
Yeah, but Bethesda uploaded the clip around the time, so then if you try to put straws together or strings together, make a glass house, whatever the expressions is, they're basically trying to say, yep, he's calling us what we are, fascists, and you can't call us fascists no more because we're in control. The pigs are in
Did
control.
you say did you say putting straws together to make a glass house?
I said straws and strings. Yes, sir. I got all the expressions mixed up.
Either way, these things together to make a glass house. How the hell did you do that, Rumpelstiltskin?
You're putting straws and strings together. You ever seen it's that meme of Charlie from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and he's talking about Pepe, and he's in the basement of the mailroom smoking a cigarette, looking mad stressed, like,
Pepe Sylvia?
yeah, Pepe Pepe Sylvia. That's how they are. Just like,
Hilarious.
look, no matter what you posted that day, you could have said happy birthday. They're like, oh, he's talking about Charlie Kirk, cancel him. They was just using it as Jimmy Kimmel said, to try to score political points and just get everybody riled up. Remember, folks, it's not black v white. It's not left v right. It's rich versus poor. Always remember that. No matter how riled up you get, it is a setup to distract you. It is always and forever will be rich versus poor. Eat the rich, class warfare. That's what it's all
Yeah.
about.
They
And
they never released those Epstein files, did they?
oh, and that too. It's crazy. I forgot. And that's what they want. They wanted to distract you with so many news stories so that you forget about it. Yes, they never released it. I mean, but at this point, it's so obvious that he's on it. So I don't even know why they just don't release it with the redactions. Because you remember, well, we may not know, there was a story that went out that Trump had either everybody in the FBI or a whole team of 1,000 people in the FBI go through it and put the black mark on wherever his name's at. So they redacted his name. So at that point, just release it and just shut everybody up. Like, then you can just say, oh, I don't know why I got redacted. You might as well just release it in line and say, I don't know why I got redacted. I don't know. I'm not in charge of that. That's what it'll say. Oh man! So first they was teeter-tottering with a lot of things. At first, when he was running for office, he was saying, "Yeah, as soon as I get in there, I'm gonna release it." They try to hide it. I'm gonna release the files. And then when he got in office, they was like, "Oh, there's no Epstein files. Apparently, there's none. They don't even exist." And then later on, when he had more pressure, he was like, Obama put me in the Epstein files as it's all fake, like AI and Obama put me in the Epstein files. So if you see it, like if it leaks, just know Obama put me in there." And then, damn it, it was one more thing he said after that. Oh, no, it wasn't him. It wasn't the director of the FBI. It was somebody in his cabinet. They said, well, I just want to let you guys know, if it does leak or come out, Trump was an undercover informant working for the FBI. That's why he may or may not show up on there. And it was funny because I'm like, First of all, it was too rapid. This was like weeks apart of all these different excuses and stories. And it's like you can't possibly, if you're using rational thought, believe one of them and then believe another one. You can't just switch like that, because either he's not in it, it doesn't exist, or Obama put him in, or he was undercover FBI informant just investigating stuff. It can't be all of them. It can't be all of them. It can
I like to
possibly be
believe
one.
if I had to choose one, I would choose the undercover FBI informant one.
Because he
That's the
still
best
did,
one.
he still did everything, but he was doing it for the country. He's just investigating stuff.
The most, it's the one with the most resale value.
I didn't want to touch those kids, but I had to stay undercover. Literally, it was
I
cold.
feel like you could play the Mission Impossible theme song under that one. It's like dum 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 dum.
All right, last news story. The Batman director, Matt Reeves, he says making the DC sequel is a journey that is taking longer than I would have wanted. You think? Because the movie came out 2022 and it's 2025. The movie won't drop until 2026 or 7. No, because they're shooting it next year, so it won't drop into 2027. That's way too long, dude. It's supposed to be 3 years max for a Batman sequel. You tripping? But I understand he has some personal stuff. They said
Where
was
the
going
hell is
on.
the Spider-Man? Where's the last Spider-Verse movie?
Oh, that got delayed on some crazy stuff. Apparently, Chris Miller and Tim Lord, I might get their first and last names mixed up. They were making a whole bunch of scenes that didn't get used and then changing things on the fly. It was rumored, I never got this confirmed, that some people had different scenes in their movie depending on which theater you went to, like an AMC versus what's the other one's called? Universal? Not
Regal.
Universal. Regal. And it was like, oh, there's like one or two scenes or costume might be different. So if that's true, it costs for all that animation. In America, like, animation costs a lot of money. I think Japan can get it done cheaper, but in America, nope, expensive. Speaking of animation, did you see, it's another movie that I keep seeing show up on my thing, K-pop Demon Hunters? Apparently that was good.
K-pop Demon Hunters?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be Korean?
Well, it's animation,
I have
so
not seen
yeah,
that.
it's on Netflix. The funny embarrassing story, this isn't a news story, by the way. The funny embarrassing story is Sony made the movie, had no faith in the movie, and sold the movie, but not just the movie, they sold the IP to Netflix. Netflix released it, it became a big ass hit, and now it's kind of stuck in limbo because in order for them to make a sequel, I think Sony still has to make it, but they don't own any of the IP, so they're basically making it for, it was cost plus 5 million or something like that. So whatever it cost, so say it cost 20 million to make plus another 5 million, that's all they're ever going to get. They don't get any of the profit. So they put themselves in a bind and people want more of that. And Sony is like, I don't know, man. I already shot myself in the foot with this bad deal I made. I don't want to make more. It's embarrassing. So yeah, K-pop
That is
Demon
embarrassing.
Hunters.
When all your deals are public like this, it's very, very embarrassing.
Yeah, I think that might have leaked. I wonder if that was public. All right, this dad joke right here. What do you call a scared witch? A chicken wiccan. Chicken wiccan? A wiccan, like a witch? A chicken wiccan? He gets it.
Yeah, I know what a Wiccan is.
That was good, right? I gave you like a funny voice. Chicken wiccan. I can't get a laugh. God damn. One of these days. I did get a laugh one time. I will always cherish that episode. I don't remember which episode number it was, but I will always cherish that. I got him to crack up. He's like, spilled my milk. Spilled my tea.
Funny.
Yeah. He said I said something funny. All right, topic number 1. In what aspects, you're our classic gamer, so I figured this would help. In what aspects is GTA San Andreas better than GTA 5? Because they don't take place in Los Santos for some part of it. In what ways is San Andreas better? I'm going to go first, and I want to talk about the working out. You can get fat and you can get muscle. Go ahead, you can go to rest, but that's the main thing. You can change your body and get fat and get muscle. And skinny.
It's much more innovative. When it came out, it was much more innovative. They pulled out a lot of stuff. They had the same screen co-op multiplayer. They had like hydraulics and stuff. They had the bike. That was the first one where you could ride the bike. They had a lot of like new cool stuff that you never saw before.
Well, no, compare the finished product. I mean, Grand Theft Auto 5 is not finished, but we're going to compare even with the GTA Online updates. In what ways can San Andreas still can be considered better?
That's what I would say. So like this to me, like when it's like classic, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's more bare bones, but it's more classic. So like I platinum San Andreas. I pretty much played every inch of that game that you can play, and I also platinum Vice City. And San Andreas is so far ahead of Vice City. It's not even funny. It's a really really good game. It was so innovative for its time. And yeah, the GTA 5, you still can't sit on a couch and play co-op multiplayer same screen. That's so much fun. It's so much fun to do that. It's so chaotic.
And keep in mind the difference between GTA and Vice City was only a couple years versus Grand Theft Auto, even 4 and 5, and then even 5 and 6. So just the amount of time. Now I know one's less graphical, obviously, but if as far as picking out other things, because I just want you to pick out things that are better in San Andreas versus 5. Another thing that I could pick out, to me, is a major thing. You get more cities. You get San Fierro and you get Las Venturas. Let me see, I'm right. You get San Fierro, which is San Francisco, and you get Las Venturas, which is Las Vegas. Grand Theft Auto 5 only got Blaine County. I mean, you get Blaine County and Paleto Bay if you count those as cities, but they're like towns. They're towns.
I don't. Yeah, I don't count those as cities.
Yeah, there's
But
no.
Los Santos, it's so huge. It's so huge that I feel like they probably couldn't fit another city.
And that's fair. That's fair. But I think now I gotta pull up some stuff while you might filibuster. I think I don't want to go with that because there's another game that came out on PS3. So you got to remember, we were limited at the time. This was 2013. We were limited by the technology of the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. Now, obviously, we don't have those limitations because we're on PS5 and it's going to be different. But I just want to compare Just Cause 3 because Just Cause 3 came out on PS3. I know that for sure. And I want to see that map compared to San Andreas map. Just Cause 3 versus GTA 5. I said San Andreas by mistake. Because I remember Just Cause having a crazy huge map. And I'm like, wait, so how come San Andreas couldn't have this map? Yep. If this is to be believed, I'm going to get this pulled up. Takes my slow internet some time. Come on. But basically, I'm just saying all that to say that I don't know. I felt like they could have fit it in. Maybe not with as much fidelity. Damn, why? I don't want this blurry picture. Hold on, folks. It's trying to give me a blurry picture. Any other features that you loved from San Andreas that didn't make it into 5?
Yeah, you're right about the character customization. You can do so much more with CJ than you could do with the others.
Oh, wait. What else am I missing besides getting fat and
And
skinny?
I feel like
Was there another thing?
because they only had one main character, the side characters were much more fleshed out, and you felt more about them. I feel like who's the only side character you care about in GTA 5? Lester and Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar, yeah. With that old
But
yee
in
ass
GTA
haircut.
San Andreas, yeah, you got. But in San Andreas, you got Big Smoke, Ryder, Tenpenny. You got your brother Sweet. You got OG Loke. You got so many characters. You got Caesar, your brother-in-law. Like you got so many characters you care about.
I don't
Mad
care about
Dog,
Caesar.
Woozy Moo.
I don't care about Caesar. I
Caesar
haven't
was
played the story
man.
in a while. I
Caesar
haven't played the story
actually-
in a while though.
Go back and play the story. So you start off, you think all your homies are your homies, but it turns out that they're a bunch of snakes, and the only people you
had the
can really count
green
on.
wasn't Caesar driving the green Camaro or something like that? Or that wasn't Caesar.
No, Caesar told you.
Oh.
Caesar showed you Big Smoke with the green saber.
Gotcha,
It was Big
sorry.
Smoke in the green saber.
Folks, that's what happens when it's been like 13 years
You-
since you played it. Yeah, that's on me. That's on
Yeah,
me.
Caesar's your sister's boyfriend. I think they get engaged at the end of the game. But yeah, no, Caesar was the only one rocking with you. Remember when you went to San Fierro? It was just you, your sister, and Caesar. That's
Oh,
it.
yep. There we just.
Because
Caesar
Smoke
was
got
good.
shot. He was in jail. He was in the hospital.
Yep. All right, I pulled up the alleged difference. I don't know if they scaled it properly, but if they did scale it, that is crazy. So you see on the top left corner is the full map of San Andreas, and then in the whole other picture is the full map of Just Cause 3. So don't tell me they couldn't fit cities. Now, mind you, a lot of this map in the top right corner is just mountainous areas, and the only densely packed, actually there's barely any densely packed cities besides the archipelago and the top left corner of the map. There's not a lot of densely packed cities. Everything else looks like green stuff, and that's probably easiest to code. I'm not a coder or developer, but forest is probably easier than city.
Did you say archipelago?
Series of connected islands.
Archipelago.
Archipelago. Wow, Cypher, got that one wrong. Yikes. Hey, okay. Hey, if you're gonna do that to me, you got to do that to the big orange guy, because he couldn't say acetaminophen. He was like, I'm gonna cure autism, and I figured out what the cause is. It's checks his notes. That's a good one. That's a tricky one. Acetaminophen. He's looking to his left and right for somebody to like go in his ear and say what it is. Acetaminophen, more commonly known as Tylenol. See it? I got through it. I'm telling you. So yeah, that was funny. You can give yourself mohawks. Yeah, you can give yourself mohawks. Hilarious. There was more hairstyles in San Andreas than Grand Theft Auto 5. And I said, what is it? Archipelago?
More hairstyles.
I always, as a kid, ever since Pokemon, I'm sorry, I just gotta go back for a second. Ever since Pokemon, where you fight, it's either the Elite Four or something like that, I thought it was Archipelago, or whatever I just said. Now I can't even say it. Archipelago. God damn. So you tell me I spent, I don't want to age myself, 45 years not knowing what it was called? Crazy.
I guess so.
Archipelago.
That's pretty hilarious.
What did I say? Because now I'm like Archipelago. I didn't say Archipelago. I said something, but I don't think it was that. I said something crazy. I can't wait to go back and watch this. Sorry, that just got on my nerves. Let's go to sipping tea. Here's my rant. I said this word wrong that I didn't know how to pronounce as a kid for so many years. Archipelago. And in archipelago, let me show y'all a picture of what an archipelago is. Well, it's not even called that. First of all, I can barely even spell that word. That's a good one. Okay. Archipelago, basically, a series of connected islands. And I had to be assisted by freaking L-Bo. And he's telling me, that's not what it's called, right? And I'm like, what you talking about, Willis? He's like, no, archipelago. I'm like, no, archipelago. I'm trying to get the picture pulled up. So all these years of my life, I've been saying that word wrong. Archipelago. I can't see it. Now it's archipelago. Everybody, hashtag archipelago. Hashtag archipelago. Just make fun of that. That's my rant. L-Bo, what's your rant for the week?
So I'm right now 3-0. 3-0, 3-0, and 3-0. So, everybody knows I'm a Colts fan. Colts are 3-0. I'm an Eagles fan. Eagles 3-0. My fantasy team 3-0. I also have been placing one bet every week, trying to double up my money. I'm right now 3-0. We got Sunday coming up tomorrow. I just want some good wishes from everybody. Give me all the good juju, baby.
Hope you win. If the Eagles go against the Colts, though, I hope you lose.
I got $400. I got $400 on the Packers -6.5.
What does that mean? -6.5.
That means they have to win by 7 points for me to win.
Win by 7 points. Oh, so a touchdown. So win by 7 points for you to win. Why can't just be they win? I never did sports betting, so they always have complicated rules. Is there a simple bet to like, if they win, you win?
Yes, but the odds are worse.
Oh, okay. So if you add more stipulations, or I guess odds, then you get better money. Gotcha. All right, just trying to understand that. 'Cause I'm like,
yes.
I just want to have a simple bet. It's like, win, you win. All right, topic number 2. It is, what's a game from PlayStation's past that you would like to see them remaster? And not even remake, because apparently we're taking forever with that, what's called Knights of the Old Republic remake. Just remaster. What's a game from the past that you want to see remastered?
You already know what I'm going to say.
Infamous 2. Great game. Or Infamous 1.
I didn't even know Infamous 2 existed. You had to tell me. I thought Infamous Second Son was Infamous 2.
What game would he say? Little Big Planet 2 is better than 1.
Bushido Blade 2.
Bushido Blade. Yeah, I would take a remaster of that. Bushido Blade 2 or Bushido Blade 1. Good games.
I would pay a considerable amount of money for that. How much money do you think that's worth, a Bushido Blade remaster?
Apparently everything's about $20 million because you got to pay for staff. Who knows?
20 million.
Yeah, and that's probably lowballing it. Because they probably got, oh, we don't know the original assets. We got to, they couldn't even remaster it. They probably have to remake it. I would say, can I get back Fighting Force? I don't know if that's exclusive to PlayStation, but you remember Fighting Force? Remember that game?
Fighting Force. No, it definitely is exclusive to PlayStation.
And that was
That
two
game was
players.
awesome.
That was two players. You just run around on some, at least the first one, it was on some Die Hard stuff. I'm going to go in this building from the first floor all the way to the top floor, and I'm going to beat up everybody till I get to the boss. Obviously, Jack, the whole Jack series, that should have been remastered. I don't understand why that's not remastered. Give me 60 frames. I'm sure it is on PS3.
Me and so I got a PlayStation when I was, man. I mean, how old are you in first grade? 6? I had to be around 6, maybe 7. And we had just moved into my new house right there on 56 and Walnut.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Reek, I remember we moved into our house in like the last week of August. So we only had like one more week of summer left. We didn't know anybody outside, so we were basically in the house the whole time. And we played Fighting Force so many times. Like, man, we played that game. So we beat it. So I played as the little white dude, and Reek played as the huge white dude.
That's the only person I remember, the
And then
huge
we
white
beat it.
dude and the
So
girl.
So there's 2 girls and 2 dudes. We beat the game as the dudes like 3 times, and we were like switching up our characters, and we like, you know what? Let's play with the girls. We try to freaking beat it as the girls. My mom comes in, she's like, why the hell are y'all girls? I'm like, yo, we just played this game for like 12 hours. We was dudes the whole time. We played as girls for 2 minutes, and she walks in the door. So I'm like, why y'all
That's when you
girls?
get caught, yeah. That reminded me, this is another game that I always pronounce wrong, so I may or may not pronounce it wrong. Siphon Filter? One of those two. But
Siphon Filter.
Siphon Filter. Okay, I got it. Great. The first ones on PlayStation, those are the ones I played. When he got to PS2, that's when I stopped really playing them. But it's a shock that they own that IP, at least I think they do, and they haven't brought that back in a remastered way. I know you can play it if you have their version of PlayStation Pass or PlayStation Plus, but I'm talking about remastering it so we can play it with, smoother frames and stuff. But I remember the first game, you get this taser, and I guess it's unrealistic to how tasers work because you could just shoot somebody from a reasonable distance and fry them. Like, I think I can pull it up in time, but you could just fry them. It was so crazy. You will hold the trigger button and just let them turn into fire, or at least really dark ash. I'm trying to see if I can pull it up.
Stupid.
All right, let me see. I'm getting it pulled up. It was the coolest thing. I got ads and stuff I gotta worry about. Goddamn ads. Once this don't go away, let me see if this shows it. This is YouTube. All right, so he has the taser in his hand. It's this like silver. It looked like, if you ever seen Men in Black, it looked like the neuralizer. So he's running. Come on, show me somebody taser. Yeah. Look, he shoots this laser and it's just zzz, and they would make the sound too. I gotta mute it. Look at him. He's frying him. I love this. He turned to the fire. This was the best game, dog. This was around the same time as Metal Gear. I think they wanted a more action-packed Metal Gear because if you notice, his name is Gabe Logan, and he looks like Solid Snake a little bit. Just a little bit. Wait, is that my phone? Sorry, folks. That's how you know it's wake-up time. All right, we're only going to get to topic 3 today. But, yeah, that was Siphon Filter, and that was a great game. Now, is it topic number 3 now? Yes, last and final topic for the show because I know we're going past our overtime. Topic number 3 is time for simple ass trivia. L-Bo, are you ready?
Yes.
Today's topics will be... Why is it not showing up? This one. Sorry, now I gotta find it. Here it is. I should have came up first. Today's topics will be money and healthcare, and I will ask you a series of questions, and you will provide me with an answer. And folks, folks who want to play at home, I'm going to have everything on the screen, so just turn your phones like down or off or whatever, just so you don't see the answer if you want to play along. So I'm trying to get there we go. I'm trying to get it to scroll over. So you'll see the answers and stuff on the screen. Actually, let me make sure I'm not sharing the screen with L-Bo anymore so he can't see. So unshare that. And like I said, if you want to play at home, just listen, turn your phones like upside down, or just don't look at your screen. Just listen. Here we go. We're about to start. Question number 1. What U.S. bills are green and often called greenbacks?
Dollars?
Ding, ding, ding. That was for $100. That was correct. That was easy. That was
That was
easy.
a trick question.
They usually are, because it's a robot generating my questions. It's barely even a robot. It's just an algorithm. Question number 1 for healthcare. I'm going to try to go back and forth because they get harder, so ain't no sense in going all the way down one. What does a thermometer measure?
Temperature?
I'll let it pass. Yeah, ding,
Degrees?
ding, ding. Yeah. No, temperature. It says body. It says body
Fahrenheit?
temperature as the
Celsius?
answer. It says body temperature. So that I'll give you that. That counts. All right. Next questions. This is for slightly harder. What coin is worth 25 cents?
Quarter?
Ding, ding, ding. I want you to say that with a little bit more assuredness, because you definitely
like
you was
These are trick
hesitant.
questions.
I'm telling you, don't think of it like a trick question, because it's just ChatGPT just sometimes wording things weirdly. Here we go. What is the medical term for high blood pressure?
What's the medical tension? Something about hypertension?
Ding,
No?
ding, ding. You got it. That one is okay
Is it-
to be yes,
Is
exactly.
it hypertension?
It is exactly
Oh.
that. That one's okay to be hesitant on because you're not in the healthcare space, but you are in the money space, so you gotta lock in on money. All right.
I'm in the money space? I'm broke as hell. How the hell did I get in the money space?
A lot of episodes ago, like 2 seasons ago, you used to invest in crypto back when it was unknown Ponzi scam, and you made out. You got that yacht. I was on the yacht, and then we went to that island.
I doubled and dipped. Yeah, I just doubled and dipped. But yeah, so the only reason I know that is because Liam has a heart condition. He has pulmonary hypertension.
Oh man, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's the only reason I know that. But I didn't know if that was it. So I'm right. I'm right. I'm good.
All right. What? Now we in the mediums. We're in the $300, so this would consider medium difficulty. What is the currency of Japan?
What is yen?
Yes, and you don't have to Jeopardy me, but yes, there we go. Ding, ding, ding. All right.
Now we're in for 300.
Yeah.
For 300, Bob.
Now for healthcare.
Alex.
Yeah. Now for healthcare, what organ does dialysis help?
Kidneys?
Yes. At first I thought you said knees, but I heard the kid part was very low because he was like kidneys, and I was like, he could have said knees, not knees. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Yeah, no, it's kidneys. That's correct. All right, now we're going to 400. Here we go. I would say this is where we get hard. Now we're gonna do money. What is compound interest?
Compound interest?
Yep.
Isn't it when you have to pay more than what you paid for what you got? So like interest, what is compound interest? Shoot. I don't know. I know what interest is. That's when you got to pay more than what you paid for something, because that's why somebody would loan you something, because that's what they get back. But compound interest, is that when you have to pay more than one person, or is that when the interest goes up, like on a 30-year mortgage?
Nope. All right, so I'm going to tell you what it is. So you got this one wrong. So compound interest is interest calculated on both the principal, which is the amount that you borrowed, the amount that you have, and the accrued interest. So compound interest is, say
I got to pay interest on my interest?
or it could be in your favor if it's in a bank account or in a stock. So say you had $100 saved, and then you got an interest, and like every month you get interest, and you got like $1, and now you can get 101. So instead of just making interest on that $100,
But the interest is 1% on the 101, not just on the original 100.
Yep. So that is compounding
Gotcha.
interest. Yeah. All right.
Gotcha.
So I guess that was hard. Okay, here we go. We go ready for medical. Here we go. What
Yep.
is the medical term for a heart attack?
What is the medical term for a heart attack? So it's some cardiac arrest. Cardiac arrest. Derp.
No, that one doesn't show up. It says incorrect. It says myocardial infraction.
Crap.
I can't even pronounce it. I'm sorry, folks. I'm dumb. It's right here in my face, but y'all can read it now. You can look up, but look up for a second because we still got 2 more questions. Myocardial infraction. I think that's infraction. All right, don't worry about it. You can see it later. Now we
You've
don't.
been bad with words today. You've been bad with words today.
I am. Wait, are my glasses? Oh, my glasses aren't. Where are my glasses at? It doesn't matter. I'm right in front of the screen, but I don't have my glasses on. I started touching my eyes because I didn't even know I didn't have my glasses on. Usually I can tell because if you wear glasses and you wear those big headphones that go over your ears, sometimes the legs of the glasses that sit on your ear, they press on your ears and it's uncomfortable. But I was like, hey, I don't have that feeling. Almost poked myself in the eye checking to see if I had glasses on.
You're not blaming that on not being able to read this word, are you?
No, I'm not. That's just on me. That's all me.
Okay.
Now we're on the $500 mark. So this is considered hard territory. Here we go. What is the United States stock market index that tracks 30 major companies?
NASDAQ?
Nope, it was incorrect. It is the Dow Jones Industrial Average.
Oh, the Dow. It's only 30 companies on Dow Jones?
Top 30. It switches in and out, but that's why you always make money with that.
Top 30.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said only 30. That's why I said NASDAQ. Sorry.
Yep. All right. Question number, medical, super hard. Here we go. What is the process of using X-rays to see inside the body called?
What is the process called?
Of using X-rays to see inside the body called?
I don't know. Radio imaging.
Very close. You will get some points. It's called radiology.
Crap.
But I'm giving you some points.
Okay.
You're
I'll take
all
some
done,
points.
and I'm trying to tell Chad to give me more for next week. This time, L-Bo, because before what happened was I went on vacation, and I had some downtime, and I said, well, I like yapping, so why don't y'all let me host a trivia night? And I let them, the people I was on vacation with, pick the categories. Now, folks, for the first time ever, we're going to have L-Bo pick the categories. Give me more with the following. So this will be for next week, categories. What categories, L-Bo, would you like to see next week to test your metal on?
All right, so I get 2 categories, right?
Give me 5, because I'll have them set up for like the weeks to come.
All right, let me do anime. That's an easy one. Let me do 2010s hip hop. That should be a little harder for me, but not hard. Let me do the city of Philadelphia. I live here. That should be medium because I don't know everything.
I bet it pulls out some crazy history.
Now I'm trying to think of harder things.
And remember, you can say any category you want because you've had some crazy ones. We've had, folks, if you haven't watched previous episodes, healthcare, money, basketball, African-American inventions, fast food, scrolling up, animals, black hair, 2000s hip-hop / R&B, 90s black
quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks, okay.
And shoot. Do 6th grader questions. Like average 6th grader questions. Like, are you smarter than a 5th grader type shit?
Yeah. Average 6th grader knowledge. All right, folks. That's going to be
that should be the hardest one.
Yeah, that's going to be for next week. And let's wrap up the show. I forgot the outro. Let me pull up notes real fast. Unshare that screen.
Same black time, same black channel.
Don't I do like something else at the end? Oh, yeah, no. Okay, there it is. It's as always, folks. If you want to hear your serious topic discussed on the show by us not so serious people, you can follow us on all the social medias and stuff. #TNT, and we'll see you next week. Same black time, Same black channel. We out. I almost said ding ding ding, but that's from the wrestling podcast. You don't watch wrestling? You should get on the wrestling one.
Yeah, I just can't. I tried to get back into it, and I tried to get Adam into it, but I just couldn't.
It's a shock that Adam's not into it.
He's more video games.
Okay. I cannot wait for this next week of questions because now this time it's more in your wheelhouse. So boy, oh boy, yeah, I better see 5 for 5s on like every category.
The next week after that, I want to trivia you.
Oh man, this is gonna be fun. So what you gonna use? Just a website, or you gonna go ChatGPT? Like, how you gonna do it?
I have some old trivia. So again, like you said, I do trivia for my family too as well. So I have some of those old ones. I should be able to pull them out.
I'm ready. This is gonna be mad fun. All right, man. Kept you 12 minutes past your family time. They probably waking up. I know my family probably waking up. I'm gonna let you go. Love
I'm
you.
in the car.
Damn. See, that's how
I
you
said
know.
just so I wouldn't wake them up. I'm in the car.
I thought you say you already in the car, dressed and ready to go. Like, we're going to the beach.
No. Just so I wouldn't wake them up, I can talk as loud as I want here.
Wait, I have a question. Because my niece just started school, and I know she went from elementary school to high school. In elementary school, she didn't get no homework. Is that the same for your kids? They not getting homework?
No.
That's so crazy because I swear when we was kids, we was getting homework.
For sure. And my kids go to massed charter school, and they don't go to Philly public school. So maybe that's... Did she go to Philly schools?
Yeah, she go to Philly school. So that means both of them aren't giving out homework.
Yeah.
But she just started...
My kids go to massed...
No, I was clearing my throat.
Sorry. Yeah, my kids go to mass charter school.